All right, if you watched my previous video about the unboxing and the sorting of the 2009 APBA season that I purchased, it was something else. It was daunting. It took me maybe 3-4 hours to do that. And I finally got it together now. I don't have, every team comes with 20 cards. I don't have the extra cards. So I wasn't able to field exact lineups, and I had to make kind of mix and match a little bit, and I will explain it as I go. But Detroit is fully historical. I had every player. When it came to Minnesota, we're playing in Minnesota. There was a couple players missing, and then I replaced those players with players that were typical and representative of the teams of the Twins during the 2009 season. Now it's going to be Rick Porcello going for Detroit against Scott Baker. Both C pitchers, except Baker has a little bit of an advantage in that he's a YZ. But they're both C pitchers, so we'll see how far we get before the walls come crashing down on these pitchers. So it's going to be Detroit leading off with the center fielder. We're going to do this quickly and then get started. This shouldn't take more than 20 minutes. I have to go to work tomorrow, so got to get to bed early. Granderson, Polanco. Granderson at center field, Polanco at second, Ordonez at right field, Cabrera, Miggy at first base, Guillen, Carlos, the DH, Rayburn, left fielder. Third baseman is Inge, and Laird at catcher, and finally it's Ramon Santiago at shortstop. These cards that I purchased came with writing on them, and that's fine. It doesn't bother me. I'm actually going to practice. Hey, man, who is that? Larry. All right. Guaranteed for extra innings now. Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's get started. Then we'll go over the starting lineup for the Twins. Granderson, 24. And that's a swing and a miss for Granderson, a strikeout. It's a 13, one away. Polanco, 22, and that's a single. There you go. 22. Ordonez, 41, and that's a 6-4-3 double play. And you have fielding 1 here and fielding 2. So I don't even have to look at that. 41-24 is a 6-4-3 double play. Now, I haven't played this in about 7 months, since the summertime. Pretty sure that's what it is, and it is. All right, so we're going to, no, I'm doing stuff. All right, so it's, here we go. It's going to be Span, center field, and Cabrera at shortstop. Maurer at catcher, batting third. Batting fourth is Kubel in right field. Fifth place batter is Kadire, finishes his career with the Mets. Delmin Young, batting sixth and playing left field. Now, this is where I replaced a guy named Morales. Morales got replaced by Justin Morneau, a lefty, as a DH. And then I have another replacement for a guy who's part of the extra cards or extra players, which I'll be getting just by the end of the week, and I'll replay this game again. Tolbert, third baseman Tolbert, is replaced by a guy named Joe Creed. He's a righty, bats 225. He's batting eighth, and then batting ninth is Nicky Punto, second baseman. Here's the pitch from Porcello, and it's a 13, and that's a base on balls. So Span is on with a walk. Orlando Cabrera, 13. It's a 23. I don't even know what that is. A 23 under a B, or 2 rather. 23 is a runner out stealing and ejected, 2-4. So caught stealing, and he's ejected. And you know what? We're going to eject him, and we're going to bring in, I think, Gomez. he plays anyway, so he's going to be the new center field, and he's also a 3. So Span is ejected, stolen, and arguing at second base. He's ejected. Cabrera still at bat. It's a 21. 21 is a fly ball to left. And let's see, Joe Mauer. He actually had 2 hits in this game. That's a base on balls. And it's Kubel. Kubel has good power. He's got a 5 at 11, a 5 at 33, and a 1 at 66. So he's got good power. And actually, Mauer's not fast, so he won't score. I have to double check that. 33, that's a home run. Deep drive. Back goes Granderson to the track, to the wall, looks up. It's out of here. Kubel. 2-run home run. Gives the Twins a 2-0 lead here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. That's going to be 2 little dots or 2 little RBIs for Kubel. And I know that Porcello wishes he had that pitch back. It's a 52 ground ball. It's a 5-3. Porcello has got no letters, so normally that would be a strikeout, a 27. And that is 5-3, and that's out number 3. But the Twins pick up 2 runs here in the bottom of the first on 1 hit and 2 walks. And they lead it. They lead it by a score of 2-0. Go to the top of the second. Scott Baker is on the mound. He's a CYZ. That's a 55. That's a line drive base hit for Miggy. Now, Miggy hit 324. So he is a tremendous player. 34 home runs, 103 RBIs. He's on at first. He's slow, so he's not going to be taking any extra bases or any risks. 3, that's a 29. A 29 under a 1 is a strikeout. It's a Y. Strikeout number 2, out number 1. So Guillen Carlos strikes out. Rayburn, it's a 36. He's a Z, and I believe a Z with a runner on base is 2 balls. And I am correct. Ball 2. 45, and that's ball 4. Another 2 ball, and that'll give him the base. So second goes Cabrera. First and second now, 44 and 8, with runners on first and second. It sounds like a hit to me against a C pitcher. Against the C pitcher, and 8 is going to be what? First and second. Oh no, that's first and third. I knew that. All right. Single over short. 1 scores other to second. 2 outs other to third. So it's an RBI single. Cabrera scores. Going to second is Rayburn. Now Rayburn is fast, so he'll be able to score on a hit. It's Laird now. Gerald Laird, 24, and that's a 26, I believe, with runners on first and second. A 26 is an infield fly. It's a pop-up 4, so out number 2. And now it's the 9th place batter, Santiago. That's a 51. That's a 9. It's going to be an out. Runners on first and second against the C pitcher. Yep, 5-3 grounder. Hit right at the third baseman, Creed, over the third. Out number 3, but the Tigers pick up 1 run on 2 hits, 1 walk. They leave 2, and at the end of 1.5, it's a 2-1 Twins lead. So that's 2 hits, 1 run. Let's keep going here. Delman Young, 56 strikeout. Strikeout number 1. Morneau, 55. That's a single. Morneau is, yep, He's average speed. Creed. It's a 51. Porcello is no Z, so that's going to be a walk. First and second now. And it's Punto, Nick Punto. I'm not a big sacrifice guy. 13 strikeout. Two out. And now it's going to be Gomez. Gomez is going to be hitting for. He ejected. Span was ejected in that first inning after getting caught stealing. Gomez came in, played center field, and he's up now. So we're gonna create this. Gomez, and that's a 54. That's a deep fly ball to right field, and Ordonez to the track and makes the catch for out number 3. So 1 hit, no runs. We go to the top of the third now. We're moving along in this game. Don't want this to take more than 20 minutes. Granderson, 46. That's a 12. Can't remember what that is. What is that? A 12. 12 with nobody on. Under a 1. It's a 5-3 put out. So he's Granderson's 0 for 2 now. Polanco singled his first at bat, 25. That's another single. So Polanco is on at first. 64, and that's a strikeout. Strikeout number 2 and out number 2. Actually, strikeout number 3. Just saw another one. And it's me, Cabrera. He singled and scored a run. Ooh, 65, 35. That is going to be a 35-1. And that's going to be a foul out. That's a catcher. But 1 hit, no runs, bottom of the third. Got through the top of the order there, so that's a good thing for Baker, Scott Baker, 65. That's a pop-up to the catcher. 1 out. Maurer, 41. That's a ground ball to short. And that's Santiago over to first. 2 out. And Kubel, who's hit a 2-run homer in the first inning, walks. 2-out walk. And it's Kadire, who also has good power, a 5-33, a 5-22. He had 32 home runs. That ball is hit deep to center field. Back goes Granderson to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. Kadire, 2-run shot. What? And you know that Porcello wishes he had that pitch back. 2 RBIs. A 2-out walk and then a 2-out home run by Michael Kadire. Actually, Michael Kadire was on the Mets team when they went to the World Series in 2015. So I have a soft spot for that memory. It's a strikeout. Strikeout number 2, but out number. So 1 hit, but 2 big runs. And the Twins are up 4-1 in this wild card game. 2009 wild card. Guillen is going to lead it off, and that's a 44. That's a single. Rayburn hit 291 with 16 home runs and 261 at bats. So that a full season would have been a 32 home run season. And that's a 54 fly ball to right. 1 out. Inge batted 230 with 27 home runs. Good power hitter. 23, and that's a strikeout. There's going to be a lot of strikeouts in this game. I mean, these guys are already swinging for the fences by 20 by 09. So that's a fly ball, center field. Center fielder Gomez puts it away. 1 hit, no runs. It's a 4-1 ball game. Morneau, the pinch hitter. I'm sorry, the pinch the pinch DH, if you will, because I didn't have the right player. Morales is supposed to be there. 26, and I'm a little bit anal with that style. I like using those historical lineups, but this is like I'm playing this like a wild card exhibition game just for the fun of rolling some dice. I spent the whole day. It's a ground ball to short, 2 away. And Punto's up. Punto struck out his first at bat. I spent the whole day sorting cards. 26, and that's a strikeout. Strikeout number 3. Out number 3. We go to the top of the 5th inning. A pitch from Scott Baker, 45. That's a base on balls for Santiago. So if Santiago's on at first, he's fast. Sure, it's not. Yeah. Say 46. That's going to be a 12 with a runner on first. It's going to be a 4-6 double play. 2 out. Hit it hard, but right at the second baseman, he flips to the shortstop, back to first, double play. Polanco, 2 outs. Say 33. That's going to take. Oh, and that's going to be a single. A single and a stolen base. So Polanco's on at second base. And a 24 is a strikeout. Number 5. Ordonez goes down swinging. Strands a runner at second base. We got 1 hit, no runs. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Carlos Gomez, that's a 35. That's a strikeout. Number 4, out number 1. Cabrera, looks like Porcello settled down, knock on wood. 24, that's just another strikeout. And now it's Joe Mauer. Joe Mauer, 23, that strikes out the side. So Porcello strikes out the side. Has 6 strikeouts now. Go to the top of the 6th inning. 52. We have 5-3. 1 away. Guillen. Actually, you know, you gotta use the cup when you play APBA. 62. Strikeout. Everybody knows that. Gotta use a little yellow cup. Got to use that. 66, that's a deep drive to, what is he, a righty? Deep drive to left field. Back goes the left fielder, Young, to the track, to the wall. Looks up. It's out of here. 4-2 ball game. 2-out home run by Ryan Rayburn, who hit 16 and 261 at bats. I mentioned that he had good power. All right, Inge. That's a 55. That's a single. 2-out single now. Laird hit 4 home runs. 35. That's a 36. I believe that's a wild pitch or a stolen base or something like that with a runner on first. 36 is a wild pitch. Runner is second. So runners in scoring position now. Who's there? Tigers play game under protest. Under protest. What did I screw up? Inge is on at second. He moves to second on the wild pitch. That's a 24, and that's going to be a strikeout. Strikeout number 7. And out number 3. So they strand the runner at second base, but they do score 1 run on 2 hits. And it's a 4-2 ball game now, so it's shaping up to be a pretty exciting ball game. Here, let's go old school. Let's go retro. Let's go historical, traditional. Red and white. Boom, 35. That's a base on balls. So Kubelwagen walks to Dyer, who's hit a 2-run home run. Oh, 33. That's a deep drive. Kadire, what is a righty? A deep drive to left. Left fielder Rayburn to the track, to the wall, looks up. That's out of here. 2-run shot for Kadire, his second 2-run shot of the game. And now it's a 6-2 ball game. And there's action in the bullpen. And they're not dancing out there. Delman Young, 15, that's a single. So the coach is going to go out to talk to Porcello. And he's going to face Morneau. 35. That's a 37. That may be like a pickoff or something to that effect. 37 is a runner caught off first. 1-3. His lead was a little bit too big. So that's 1 out. Yeah. That may serve as a reprieve for Porcello now. 62, and that's a strikeout. Strikeout number 7. Out number 2. And it's Joe Creed. Joe Creed hit 225 with 15 home runs and 333 bats. 56-34, that's popped up to the right side. Shortstop, Santiago, out number 3. But 2 big runs on 2 big hits and a walk. And it's a 6-2 ball game now here in the bottom of the 6th. Going to the top of the 7th. In the top of the 7th, it's going to be Santiago leading it off. That's a fly ball. Lifted to center. Center fielder Gomez. Kid has a lot of flair. I think that's his first year in the big leagues, by the way. Ends up being a real hot dog, who had a real short-tempered hot dog character. 65, that's popped up to the catcher. Out number 2 for Granderson. Now Polanco is 3 for 3. Got 3 singles and a stolen base. And that's a 45. That's going to be a base on balls. So Polanco is contributing. And it's going to be Ordonez. Ordonez hit 9 home runs. Didn't have a lot of power in 2009. Didn't have a lot of power there. 465 at bats, hit only 9 home runs. That's a 23. It's going to be a fielder's choice. It's hit to the second baseman. He flips to the shortstop, Cabrera, and that's all she wrote. Out number 3. So no hits, no runs. They leave 1. For the bottom of the 7th, it's going to be Punto. Porcello's still in the ball game. We're trying to avoid making any pitching changes in this kind of wild card exhibition game. 56 going to be a pop-up to the shortstop. 1 away. Gomez, Carlos Gomez, 26. That's a 5-3. 2 out, grounder to Inge, over to Miggy, 2 away, and it's that's going to be second column. That's a 56 second column. That's going to be a double. And that's Orlando Cabrera, the shortstop, at a 284 and almost 656 at bats. So Orlando Cabrera on at second base with 2 outs, and it's going to be Mauer. Mauer batted. Did I see that right? Mauer batted 365. I had to do a double take. In 2009, Joe Mauer batted 365. Wow. All right. Well, you know what we're doing with this guy. We're intentional walk. First and second, we're going to pitch to Kubel, who batted 300. And Kubel's a bats lefty. Let's take a peek over here at our cards and see if we have a lefty in the bullpen. Oh, it doesn't really matter because we're not even using lefty-righty. We're not, but just to make it realistic, we have a guy named Say. He throws lefty. Who else throws lefty? We have Washburn, but Washburn is a starter. Lyon is a righty, so I'm gonna leave Porcello in there. That ball is hit deep to right field. Back goes the right fielder. Ordonez to the track, to the wall. Looks up, and that's out of here. 3-run home run, 9-2. And that's his second. That's Kubel's second home run of the game. 1, 2, 3 dots. 9-2, and that's going to be it for Porcello. Porcello is gone. I'm going to color him in a little bit here. And we're going to bring in, who is it, Kadire, a righty. So we're going to bring in whoever we have who's a righty. Doesn't matter at this point. Gave up 9 runs, man. Holy moly. Got clobbered. Lyon. Brandon Lyon. He's coming in. And he's a BY pitcher. A BY. So Kadire with 2 outs. Game seems out of reach right now. It's going to be 9-2. Here's Kadire. Kadire has 2 home runs. That's a 56. That's going to be a strike. 34. What are we on? 34, I believe, is a strikeout. So Y is a strikeout, and Leon is a Y. So that's strikeout number 1, out number 3. So that's 1, 2 hits, 3 runs, and it's 9-2 now. Pretty much the game is done. Only a miracle. All right, Cabrera, 61. That's a ground ball to short. Cabrera up with it. One away. Guillen, who's 1 for 3, singled and struck out twice. This may go for extra bases, hit well, and it does. In that second with a stand-up double, 1 out double for Rayburn. Rayburn is up. Guillen with a stand-up double. It's a 44, and that's an 8. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's an 8. And Guillen is slow, so he's going to hold up at third. Coach is going to hold him up. We're not trying to score here down by so much. Inge with 1 out. It's a 31. That's a walk. So bases are loaded for Laird. So it was first and third and a 14. First and third and a 14 because Baker's a Z. I don't know if that makes a difference. Baker is a Z. No, it doesn't. So bases are loaded. Gerald Laird, the batter. It's a 54, a fly ball to right field. The right fielder is a 1. Kubelwagen out there is a 1. 32, and that's going to be a fly out, run on second and third, advance 1 base, fly ball right field. So it's a sacrifice fly. And Guillen scores. Deep fly ball, so there was no doubt that anybody would throw out Guillen. And first and third. And it's Santiago now. It's 9-3. 55. That's an 8. An 8, but runs on first and third. That's going to be an out against a C pitcher from my memory, if my memory serves me correctly. And it is. That's a fly out to center field. So out number 3, fly out center field. That was 2. But a run scores on 2 hits. And it's a 9-3 ball game now. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Bottom of the 8th, playing APBA basic. Some modifications. It's ground ball. Oh, no, actually, it's a swing and a miss. Strike 3, out number 2. Out number 1, strikeout number 2, excuse me. Morneau. Morneau is 1 for 3, 64. That's a strikeout. And it's Joe Creed. Joe Creed is 0 for 2. He's walked. And that's an 11. That's going to be a double. Hit hard into the gap. Hustling around first. Under the tag is Joe Creed with a double. Oh, I wrote a home run. And I scored him too. All right, there we go. It's a double. And Punto. 32, that's a ground ball to second base. And that's a 1 hit, no runs. Curtis Granderson here in the top of the 9th. This is going to be it. We're going to let Baker go a complete game. I mean, he's 14, fly ball to left. 1 out. Polanco 3 for 3 on a walk. Oh, 66. It's going to be a second column. Second column, that's going to be a double off the wall. So 4 for 4. Nice day for Polanco. His family back in Caracas, Venezuela. They're kind of huddled around the TV enjoying this. I'm sure it's a family party, a family affair, drinking Venezuelan rum. And it's going to be Ordonez. Ordonez is from Venezuela, so I'm sure that they live in the same neighborhood. 34, that's fly ball to center, out number 2. And then finally, it's Miggy. Miggy is 1 for 4. And that's a 41. It's a hard hit grounder at the shortstop for the force. Game over. 1 hit, no runs, and 9-3. 9-3 final. So the Twins are celebrating, and they beat the Tigers in convincing fashion by a score of 9-3. Look at this, 2 for 2 for Kubel, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. Kadire, 2 for 4, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. And they did it all. Just those 2 alone drove in all the Twins' runs. So a lot of power shown by the 4th and the 5th place batters here in 2009. And I didn't remember how much power they had back in 2009, man. This was like a joke, right? And these guys are batting 300. It's not like today where everybody who hits 30 home runs bats 200. Now, I mean, Maurer is batting 365. Holy smokes. Anyway, that's it. I don't know how long this took. It says it there. It looks like it's 31 minutes. It's pretty good. There was more action than I expected with the extra home runs and the walks and all that. Porcello is going to get the loss, and Scott Baker goes the complete game. Allows 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 hits, but goes 9, allowing 11 hits and only 3 runs. And Scott Baker is the hero of the wildcard game, of the 2009 wildcard game. Now we have to replay this when we get our XBs that are coming in next week. Our XBs are on the way. We're going to get Morales in there. We're going to get a guy named, what did I say his name was? His name was Tolbert, or Tolbert. I'm not sure how they pronounce it. And he played third. Tolbert played third base, and Morales DH. That was the only difference in this game. But those guys really didn't do much. 1 for 4 for Marneau, and 1 for 3 for Creed. Hit that double late in the game in the bottom of the 8th. That's it, man. APBA, love it. It's the best, and it's fun, easy to play, and you get through a game quickly, and that's about it. So I'm gonna say good night for now, for tonight. Count on something happening tomorrow for sure. And so it's Combat Painter signing off. Adios. Thanks for hanging out and making some comments.